Hey everybody, so I'm getting a couple questions about the last video, the training guide, some specific things in the training, and so I thought I'd, show some more detail that I wasn't able to quite fit in the video. Oh, I should tell you guys, I have a new series coming soon. I'm recording it tomorrow, where I'm going to be hosting some familiar faces in the Rocket League community, having a good time, so keep a lookout for that. So, let's get into it. The first one, dribbling challenge. And this is pretty straightforward. There aren't too many questions. Some of you are having trouble just getting started. And I think the most important thing is that first touch. So don't just, use a ton of boost at the beginning, but you also don't want to hit it too softly. It's about finding that right balance. So just a couple taps with the boost, I think, is enough. And then you can get under it. And the rest is really practice. But some of you are saying, you're getting stuck on certain levels. Some of you it's 4. Some of you it's 5 or 9. Is a big one. And I just want to say, you don't want to spend all your time on one level that you can't get past. Go back and do the ones you just did over and over and spend more time on those, because it probably just means your dribbling ability isn't quite there if you're getting stuck always on one. So rather than just putting too much time into one, just go back and do the other ones over and over again. If it takes you 5 minutes to get through a couple and then you're spending 15 minutes on just one level, it's not going to improve as fast in the dribbling department. And when you're in casual mode like I am at the beginning, when you can choose the modes, you get these little circles, and when you go into these, it resets for that level. So if you wanted to go back a level, you can literally just drive back or fly back, or you could just restart the whole thing. But if you just want to go back a couple levels, you don't want to go back all the way to the beginning. It's a good way to do that. So another big question I've been getting is, what can you do to replicate the dribbling challenge if you're on a console? So for that, I would just go into free play and just, the floor is lava, keep it off the ground, and try to weave between the boost pads. And yeah, just work on controlling the ball, go up on the walls and work on catching the ball down on the ground and keeping control of it. The dribbling challenge is really just making this kind of practice more fun. So if you're disciplined enough, you're really getting the exact same thing, or close to the same thing, by doing this. Let's go to the car control drills. The hover and twist. So yeah, this is actually pretty difficult. You want to make sure you're using sideways twists as well. This is so great because it makes it so awkward at certain points where the camera is facing in relation to your car. So like it's sideways, or especially when, like at this moment right here, when it's facing back towards your camera at an angle, that's really tough to get out of, which is great. So I just fell down there, and Kevpert calls those blackout moments, because it's when you're trying to go left or right, but your car goes the other way. It's usually because the controls are inverted when your car is facing the opposite direction than it normally is. Your brain hasn't quite flipped that yet, which is great. It just means you just need to continue to do it. You'll start to learn, actually pretty quickly, you'll start to learn how to get out of those situations and recover. And in doing that, you'll become more and more comfortable with pretty much every angle, every scenario that you run into when you're in the air. So it's okay to fall a lot, but try to stay up. And then of course, corbing the air rolls. It's pretty much just freestyling is what it is, really. Because when you're double jump airling in games, you really need that air roll to help you change direction in the air. Because you don't have that dodge when you're going way up in the air. It's going to be difficult. You're going to hit the wall, just bounce back in. And it'll also help you time your boost, right? So you're not boosting down into the ground. You're only boosting, when you're trying to go up. It's tempting just to hold boost when you have unlimited boost, but try to just act like you're saving it. So this will help you with that recovery. Coming out of a flip or spin, and you're going to really start to be able to control that car at every angle. All right, let's go to the ball cam drill. Someone asked how far away from the ball you need to be. I like this in Manfield because there's actually a circle, but it doesn't actually matter that much. Keep the nose on the ball. It's a nice little target, but I like to be about this distance. You can go out sometimes, just to mix it up a little bit. So when you're not using air roll like this, again, it's about creating that difficult scenario where the camera's coming around the car right there. It makes it really tough when it goes from sideways to back. So when you do this circle, you're going to start to anticipate that moment and stay up the whole time. And you're going to start to be able to go around the circle faster and faster and faster. And of course, go the other direction too to mix it up. I used to always fall right. Again, here it comes around. That moment. So you're probably falling there, but just keep doing it. And after a while, you really just learn it. So yeah, and then when you add the air rolls, someone asked, are the air rolls supposed to help you? And no, it's supposed to make it harder. So if you're using air rolls to help you, it would look like this, right? You'd be air rolling in a way that just keeps the front of your car facing away from you, or like the nose of your car facing away from you, which is the easiest way to do it, which you don't want. So you want a challenge. So you're really just freestyling in a circle. That's what it is. After that, it's next, ground control. Someone was saying they're having trouble doing the side flip, and it is tough because when you're facing like this, the tendency I think is to do a diagonal flip, and that just kind of, it's really awkward. And I'm actually not the greatest at this yet, to be honest. But you're looking for a clean side flip coming out of this. And it's just about timing. If you do it too early, kind of flop all over the ground weirdly, like that. If you do it too late, your car will start driving and then, yeah, it'll mess you up again. It's really about timing and holding the drift button to really get that clean side flip in. So I think I'm gonna actually ramp up my ground control training a little bit. This video has made me realize how bad I am at it. Moving on to the weaving between the cones, the slalom, which is one of the weirdest words ever. So I just avoid saying it. I have too many questions about this. It's pretty straightforward. You're not air rolling. Again, it's really great for these awkward moments. I think especially when the car is sideways to the camera, then you have to, move the car sideways to move forward. And that's really awkward, which is great. Because in games, when you're going up for an aerial, sometimes you need to air roll like this to get, precisely where you need to hit the ball. Anyway, then once you're air rolling, this one I fall a lot, so that's really frustrating actually. It makes the drill not as fun, but it was a lot worse before. It's way more fun now that I can kind of do it. When you start out, just go around the outside, so it's a little bit easier. And then when you want more of a challenge, go to the middle of the field. Let's try to see how long you can stay up. All right, let's go to the Rocket League trainer next. So some of you were asking where to put the training packs. The training packs are actually just these folders, and they're called sessions. So this folder will be in here when you download the trainer. Just drop it right into training sessions, and then it'll show up. And then some of you are also saying Windows Defender is deleting the Rocket League trainer. That's happened to me a bunch too. Actually, whenever you update it might happen again. So just go into Windows Defender and you have to unquarantine the file. You'll find it in there. It's not a virus, it's just because the way the program interacts with the game causes it to get flagged by the Windows Defender. So yeah, Toonfish really has a really nice organization here. You can actually do by difficulty. Again, I just like it because of the randomness. Like they really need to add a randomizer to Rocket League training and a skip and that kind of thing. So yeah, there are a lot of options in Toonfish. But again, I like to use it mainly for clears. But yeah, these are fun. My back wall game is rough. Really need to work on these. All right, so man, this video is just making me realize how bad I am. So yeah, do these, mess around with those. These are pretty straightforward. I haven't had too many questions about these. So let's move on to the shooting drills. So a couple people were saying that some of these training packs are way too hard. And if you're just starting out, I think a big thing is probably the double jump aerials. If you do a regular aerial, you're not gonna get to almost any of these shots. So like, see what happens if I do a basic aerial? It's just not enough. So if you're still not clear or proficient at double jump aerials, I would watch Kevpert's video on that. He has some drills to practice that. I would really recommend you do that because that's pretty important for everything above low level Rocket League. So once you get that down, then you're gonna be able to get high enough, and then you can focus on air rolling the right moment to get the most power on it. I like to do it a bunch of times, even if I make it. Just keep doing it until you get bored with the shot. I really like this one a lot. It's such a juicy pass. Remember that you can of course do your ranked playlist that you normally do while you're doing this training. The training isn't really teaching you your game sense, your positioning, that kind of thing. Like that just takes experience in game, so make sure you're not completely replacing just playing the game. You're always going to get better just by playing. Again, the training is just about getting better, more efficiently, and faster. So yeah, I hope that cleared up some of your questions. Some of you guys have already told me that you already see an improvement, which is awesome. That's only 2 days after doing a couple sessions. Just make sure to keep it up because sometimes it's tempting just to stop after that initial skill boost. Your growth is going to plateau a little bit, but just keep it up and you'll see huge improvements in the coming weeks. And good luck out there.